Hoffa.
Oh, heart so cold. They think I sold my soul. Like I would ever sell my soul. No, they wanna know how I'm so cold with it. My niggas see me and say, bro, did it. My diamonds dancing got them so livid.
Mad.
If you a hater, man, you're
I might have fucked a couple big bitches, but I never fuck with jealousy. Niggas talking like a op, keep the same energy. Homie said we crew still, but Brody just a friend of me. I don't fuck with you still, you know I got a memory.
I never changed like Hov said. You can't relate if you never slept on a cold bed. You wasn't plucking roaches off of mold bread with holes in your pro cats. I was only a teen, but felt more like an old head.
It's Hoffa. Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
It says BMF founder Demetrius Big Meech, Flannery released from prison, transferred to community confinement.
Community confinement. That's what I was
That community confinement.
Community confinement.
Meech
Stay
was,
in this hood.
Basically.
he was he was sentenced to 30 years in prison back in 2008.
How much time did he do?
08, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 16 years.
Yeah.
16 years. Welcome home to the brother, Big Meech. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome home.
You know, I'm all about, you know, brothers kind of. I'm not. It's hard to word that.
I'm gonna challenge you on it.
You're gonna challenge me on what?
Because I think that's what you gonna say. I wanted you to say it first before I respond.
He paid his dues. He's back out into the world. He was loved by a lot of people. I think you can credit BMF to all the bad women in Atlanta. Because apparently all the strippers just migrated. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard stories of what it was like when, you know, they were out. It was a lot of money being passed around. It wasn't all about drug money. There were a lot of businesses that were flourishing because of them. There were a lot of people that were supporting their households because of these guys. So welcome home to Big Meech. We got the BMF.
Welcome home. Let me say shout out to Big Meech. BMF was very good to me when I went down to Atlanta. I did the first piece on them in the Source magazine. That piece was when they launched their record label, you know, and yeah, I remember Atlanta 2004 or 5.
Walk us through the BMF experience, please.
Very funny.
Nah, seriously.
Very
Like,
funny.
what? A limo picked you up from the airport.
Don't do that.
Like,
no,
what?
limo did not pick me up from the airport.
What?
We did a photo shoot and an interview. I still have the tape. I actually found the tape. I was looking for it when the show came out. I was like, I know I have this tape, this BMF interview on tape. And I found it in my garage, right? I haven't digitized it yet.
Oh, yeah, I remember me just looking for it.
Remember?
Yeah.
And I found it. I was cleaning out my garage. I was like, here's the BMF tape, which the show was out at the time. So that was interesting to me because y'all watched the show, right?
Yeah, with Biggie and everybody met the man.
What?
BMF.
You talking about the
BMF
show?
show.
Oh yeah, of course.
On TV.
Yeah. Meth ain't in that one.
Power
Meth is in another one.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the show? The show was that situation with Biggie, Meth, and everything.
No.
But all right, go ahead.
The that was all in the stars.
Nah, we all saw that.
You did?
Right.
Okay, so that's the one I was talking about, the show.
Yeah.
What y'all think about the show?
I never watched it.
I think
Never
the show
watched
was good.
I
You liked the show?
Yes, it was very
I watched. I
entertaining.
like the show.
You did?
I don't know how accurate it is, but I'm guessing.
Shout out to Lil Meech. You did a great job.
Yeah, shout out to Lil
Yes,
Meech, of course.
Yes, you did a good job.
And I heard people didn't really believe in him playing that role,
Right.
but I don't know.
50 said he put in the work though. He
Right.
went to
Yes.
put him through classes and stuff like that.
Right.
So he was dedicated to his craft. So that's dope.
I believe like a few years before he actually even got the role, he still had to audition, even though he's Meech's son.
Right.
I mean, everything in television is exaggerated. You gotta write for TV.
You gotta fabricate something.
So, you know, I didn't
Look official.
really believe that everything that happened in the show was.
But with Southwest Tea involved, there had to be a level of
accuracy.
I mean, there's legendary stories out, like, so I don't know. A lot of it could be believable.
Yeah.
Well, they do show you like photos of the actual people that they're talking about at the end of the show.
Yeah, they did do that.
Yeah,
They
a
did
lot
do
of
that.
that.
Even though I thought it fell off in the last season, I'm gonna just keep it.
Well, maybe they ran out of photos.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Third season was whack. That was the third. It was 3 seasons, right?
Right.
First season was okay,
Right.
a little slow.
Second
season was good.
It was good.
What was that character's name? You know what I'm talking about. He made the show. What was that character's name?
The bully? The bully?
Yeah.
What
with the
was his name?
It began with an L. It began with an L.
Lamar.
He made
but he
the
did
show.
good. Yeah, he definitely
He made
did.
the
He
show.
definitely
So
did.
second season,
Word.
it was good.
That man is talented.
Third
definitely.
season, the season they just had, I think that's their last season.
According to 50.
Right.
Why is it the last season?
Well, Supreme's son took a picture with Southwest Tea, and it seemed like 50 took offense to that.
And we know 50 don't play that. Come on.
Nah, bro. I mean, is it being canceled?
50 said no more.
He announced it was.
He announced that right after that picture. Like he announced that
it's over. Ain't on top of that complaining about the money that was given to you.
Nah,
he's on a.
If you get all those people generating all that money, the actors, the grips, the right, all those people attached making money. If you did all that over a picture, that is petty.
Nah, you heard what Jay-Z said. Jay-Z said it's not a movie, dog. It's real life was connected with 50 with that.
Yeah,
right.
Real life people paying real life.
Nah,
bills,
it's not. When
like,
somebody try to take your life.
No. But
allegedly.
I understand what MECC is saying. MECC is saying there's a whole lot of other people involved.
That was involved.
Correct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that suffer because of a photo.
I mean,
I don't believe that.
We don't know.
You don't believe what? That it was canceled because of that?
I mean,
that's why I said.
we're looking at
That's why I said if. I don't know.
Power last season, BMF last season.
Right.
It might seem like the ending of a deal or something that's
probably
closing out between.
We know 50's
That's
about
probably
his
even
business.
more.
Yeah, but let's
that.
look at when Lloyd Banks took a picture with Game.
That's not the same.
That's not the same.
That's not the same as ending an entire series.
Yeah, like fuck all you niggas because he took a picture.
I mean, we don't know what 50 got in store for them.
Say it again?
We don't know what 50 got in store for them.
Again, everybody's speculating. I said if.
Yeah.
I don't know that he ended it off the strength of a photo. He had a very good point.
Yeah.
A lot of the series he could just be closing out his
deal.
but
50 literally said it on the internet.
What if he goes someplace? Yeah, but I mean, that's what he's saying after, for an announcement. An announcement is anything. An announcement is temporary. You can go someplace else, revamp every show because you get a better deal someplace else. You're the producer.
Right. And announcing the last season is kind of like Jay-Z announcing retirement.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
The time
now you really gotta go and watch the shit or listen to the album. You know what I'm saying? This is my last album, y'all. And all right, let's check it out. Let's see what it sounds like.
But you don't think the timing is like flawless? Like you don't think it's like crazy the fact that it happened exactly when this happened?
Nah, because what happened with Power?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Who took a picture over there? You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that. I think
I mean, maybe he's ending everything because he want to do everything in his studio.
Not contracts.
I'm curious to whether Meech is going to be in the actual series now. Is there going to be a talking point or maybe like the closeout of the season where he's kind of sitting and telling the stories?
You mean from the show?
Yeah.
The show is over. It's done. So he can't, they did a whole, like they wrapped it up. That's why I didn't like it, because it was like, they rushed it in the third season and it was like, and then this happened, like in one card. It was like.
It probably would have been crazy if he would have waited.
Shout out to Jess Hilarious. She did a kind of
Yeah, she was funny.
Yeah,
She did that for the power.
She went on Power and was like, wait a minute. She came
'Cause
around
it was-
the corner in slow motion.
But that was interesting.
Shot nobody.
It was interesting when she did that, right? Because she pointed out a lot of things, I think, even, you know, not just as a TV producer, that you could see when they start storylines in a certain season. Like, she was mentioning a lot of the storylines that kind of didn't make sense.
Right.
Like, they started certain things in Power as if they were going to continue it into more seasons.
Right.
But then the show just kind of ended abruptly. Because it's like, why would you introduce all of these weird storylines?
Kind of like Respect Life.
She did it in a funny way, but
Some of y'all gonna get that. Not everybody.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said kind of like Respect Life. Not.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Boom P. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That was weird. So it felt like it was supposed to go on.
Right.
Right. So we're
it
looking
didn't.
at 2 shows that
That were
apparently
canceled. Right.
wrapped up real quick at the
right.
end.
Right.
And left you kind of on a cliffhanger, like, oh, I thought this was supposed to happen there. I thought this was supposed to
Right.
happen there. So it might. I don't think it's the
Sounds like-
picture, bro. I don't think it's the picture.
a
I
good-
think
Sound
Right.
like it might have been ending, or something was going on, or some deal. Or,
Right.
I don't know. It definitely
I mean,
feels
all these
like
shows
that.
were done at other people's studio. Like I said, maybe he just want to do everything at his brand new studio that he's doing up in, what's that, Texas?
Louisiana.
he is launching his own network.
Right. So he
yeah.
might be one of,
Oh, that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
right?
that
He
makes
might
all the
actually
difference.
want to do that. you know?
Yeah,
All
but
these
you
shows
can't
are-
take that show and do it.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be able to do
You
that.
can't do that.
Yeah,
That's
but you,
Star's
you,
show.
you spin it off, or you.
Oh, right. You can spin it
Yeah,
off.
do
Yeah.
something.
There's tons of spin-offs. What we just watched with Power, that was a spin-off from the original joint.
Mhm.
And,
Right.
you know, Tommy had his own series, and you
I
spin
think
off.
that's coming out, and then Raising Kanan, which is my favorite. I actually love Raising
Yeah,
Kanan.
Raising Kanan.
One thing we
I
know
love Raising
is
Kanan.
that
That
Fif-
one's coming out.
50 is a smart businessman. He's a smart businessman. So whatever reason he did it, it's gonna lead
Yeah.
to more money
Yeah.
at the end for a
At the end
fact.
of the
That's a
day,
fact.
right? That's a fact.
Ow. Okay.
I mean, he's a cancer too, so.
What was that?
What's
What
that
was
giggle
that?
about, Kim?
Huh?
What's
What
going
was
on, Kim?
that, huh?
Man.
What was that?
She started blushing when we talk
Never
about 50
go
Cent.
to that guy.
She's right in high school
Don't
all
do
over
that,
again.
guy.
Yo,
Don't
Fifth, yeah.
Yeah, to the candy
Y'all
shop.
read too many comments. Y'all read too
Hey.
many comments.
What? The comment queen?
Hey.
Stop believing what
comment-
you read in
Hey.
the comments.
The comment queen? Hey, yo, 50, hop in the comments,
Don't
bro.
do it.
Tell us what you think.
Yo, 50,
Don't
you don't,
do it.
you don't
I
gotta
need
get in the-
everybody to add 50.
50, you ain't gotta
Don't
go in the
do it.
DMs. Just
At
go in the
50.
comments.
Don't believe what you
50,
read
go
in
in the comments, not the DMs, bro.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Don't look at me.
I
This
don't
is-
know what you're
This
talking
is karma.
You the only one that That's crazy.
Watch your karma happen.
I don't know none of these people out here.
Yo.
I just
This
report
ain't
on
none of the
it.
karma.
Thank
I'm dying.
I mean, I got a couple questions about all that.
About what?
Would you love me if your mama found out I was thugging?
Oh, you want to be okay, all right.
Do you believe me when I say it?
Oh,
You're the one of
okay.
them.
What was the topics that we were doing?
I'll find out 21
Kim,
questions
like
about Kim.
What was the
Kim
topic?
and
Find out 21
What was
questions
the-
For
about
those
Kim.
of you that are lost in the comments,
Don't do that.
remain lost.
Yes.
Remain lost. I'll just leave it there. But shout out to Big Meech. Welcome home. And you know, we're looking forward to see what comes next.
It's crazy. First of all, it's crazy that it's been that long, right? But he's out now. He got out 2 years early. When was he scheduled to get out?
No, he's
No.
on like 14.
They
14
reduced his
years.
sentence by 3
14.
years.
Right, because he was
recently.
initially so
He was sentenced to 30.
He was sentenced to 30 years. Both him and his brother got the same sentence,
Mm-hmm.
right? They actually pled guilty. They took a plea.
But he did 16.
What,
They took a plea,
what are the
right?
charges?
The charges
B-
were drug
Conspiracy,
trafficking.
trafficking, and
Yeah, wait.
laundering.
Did we
Right.
touch on
Okay,
it?
all right.
We didn't really talk about the charges, and
So, but you do know that there's a new thing. It's not in every state, but they're cutting down the time on nonviolent offenses.
Well, that's why they
Okay.
reduced the sentence
Right.
by 3
Right.
years.
Right. I got a couple of
By
homeboys
3?
that got their shit chopped in half.
But he's I guess he's still under arrest.
But
Okay.
he got 30. He did like 19.
16.
So he's gonna be on parole or whatever it is for the next 7 years, or whatever it is.
16. He did 16. He got sentenced to 30. He did 16.
So
Yeah.
I mean, he got to do
Did
like
16.
13. He
I
got to
feel
do like
like-
13 on
No,
parole.
he
I
went
thought
to
he
jail in
went in
2005. He went to
I
jail in
thought he went to jail in
2005.
2005.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's- Maybe I'm
So
off
he-
on that, but
I think it
Is that
was
when he
around
went in?
2005, huh?
gotta Google that.
2005.
2005, right?
2005.
That's 19.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And then his brother got off.
His brother got off
On
because
compassionate
of
release.
COVID and his health,
Right,
whatever
right.
was going on with that.
Right.
But either way, they're cutting those sentences down.
But what was so important about their case also is that they didn't have no murders.
Right.
They were
So nonviolent.
Yeah. So
I think
it fits.
they initially had. I think they were trying to.
they
charge him
never
with
tied
murder.
them into
But-
murders.
I thought the initial charges they were trying to get him on murder. We should probably check that before I say it. But
It wasn't definitely no murder
no,
involved.
because they took a
Oh,
plea.
the original. Oh,
They took a plea.
did they plea?
They pled guilty.
Yeah,
So-
there wasn't no trial. That shit
Yeah.
would probably still be going on.
Right.
You know
So
what
that's
I'm
what
saying?
like it was complicated.
I mean,
you know,
then they
like-
had people that was telling. I think one of the drivers told, like it was a couple of people who
I mean,
told
they
on
had
it.
like 500 people in the organization. At least that's what the government had said.
Yeah.
That they
Can't believe
had-
nothing the government says.
Well, I can't believe nothing that anyone says. like let's be real. Especially in this day and age of social media, people just put out
Niggas say
a narrative
anything.
and then it just goes,
Yeah.
right? But I'm trying to think of like I had read something on the case, and I think the organization, you know, was so big. Like they had a lot of companies. I think they were saying, and they had they just employed a lot of people.
Only reason I'm not gonna go by that, what they say is because we heard what 38 Special Benny said about you'll have this thing and you become successful, then they just start tying people in that don't have nothing to do with
Right.
nothing. So we got to be cognizant of the government is saying this, but it may not actually be true.
True.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I get it. I mean, it's a conversation that obviously is very relevant today because we can transition into the charges that, you know, they're accusing or, you know, Puffy of right
I mean,
now because there's
it's-
a lot of stuff
yeah.
now being compounded, right, in his case.
Right.
I mean, that case to me, when I look at it right now, I'm getting so confused because now they're talking about superseding indictments, and I'm like, okay, whoa. I can't even manage all the allegations that he has against him right now.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Right. Because I know that we know what he's charged with, but people are waiting to hear what's coming next. And as you see, even though there's a gag order, right, on both sides, and they can't put out, they're not supposed to put out anything, right? Like everything's supposed to be sealed. Is that not correct?
Everything's supposed to be kept quiet. They're not supposed to go into the media to talk about what's going on
Right.
in
That
the case.
just happened.
Right. Yeah.
That just happened,
Yeah.
right, at the hearing that they had. So I know the charges, but I'm like now every time, I first of all, I got to stay offline. Because I feel like every time I go online, it's like more and more and more and more and more. It's like
Yeah, I mean,
there's
it's
allegations,
an everyday
allegations
thing.
everywhere.
It's an
Right.
everyday thing.
But it's,
YouTube is having a blast.
I know,
with
but
this
it's
shit.
like, it's kind of crazy, all the stuff that is like information overload.
That's why I'm not
Or
watching anything
Information
till the trial.
overload.
Misinformation overload.
Okay,
Right.
so today,
That's why I'm not watching anything till the
So,
trial.
So
how are we
today-
tying this to BMF though?
She lost her. I think what she was trying to say was that
no.
with the
What?
BMF, we was talking about the 500 different individuals, and then she was trying to compare it to the Puff and
I
all of
was-
these people they trying to connect.
Yeah, his point was more so of, you know, not necessarily believing all the things that they're putting in that case,
Yeah.
right, when he was charged. And I think that in my mind, I feel like that's what's happening in the Diddy case.
I think that happens in every federal case.
Yeah,
I think
pretty much.
they throw
Every-
shit.
every
They throw
case,
shit at the
period.
wall. They
Every
throw
case,
every
period.
case. They throw shit at the
They-
wall to see what stick, right? Because there's this big misconception about the feds and their conviction rate. Their conviction rate is not that high. What's high is their plea rate.
Right.
That's what's high.
And some of those pleas involve people walking away with no jail time.
That's still a conviction.
Right, but
so
this is what I'm
that's not a
saying.
conviction.
You know,
But every
everybody's like,
conviction doesn't
"You gonna do
equal
football
prison."
numbers?"
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, hey, look, I don't got nothing against y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, there's some shit I read. You know, don't get mad at me, man. I ain't got shit to do with this. But we look at Gunna. Gunna admitted to whatever they wanted him to admit to, and he walked free. Meanwhile, Thug is still locked down, fighting his case.
But let's, like what you said, I want to understand it fully,
Mhm.
right? You said it's a misconception about the conviction rate, right?
Yeah.
So you're saying, because you know how they say, oh, this percentage of you can't go against the feds, right? This belief that you can't go against the feds. That's what we're talking about, right? So you're saying like everything doesn't go to trial.
Facts.
Right. So with that being said, right, because you're saying like what people are believing. Just explain that to me, because I want us to understand.
Most people don't fight their charges.
against
They'll
the feds.
plea out because of the perception that you're not going to win. A good chunk of people will just take a plea and just say, hey, you know, fuck it, don't hit me with those numbers. I'll take these. The feds still get a win. You still get locked up, but it's not because they're invincible. Most people don't fight.
And then they probably don't got the resources to fight.
So
Because
that's
hold on. why
With that
they
being
don't.
said, do we know, because this is my question, of the cases that actually go to trial, what the success rate is? That's what I want to know.
Murder Inc.
I think that's like 60%.
Right.
I think it's like 60%.
No, there's no Murder Inc. won.
They
Murder
said,
Inc.
no, but they
wins.
said the trial rate for the feds, I believe, is around 60%
For their success.
for their success.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's still better
Right.
than
80.
Better
No,
than
but
half.
but when you
But it
hear the
definitely
story,
ain't 90.
when you hear the stories from the corner lawyers and shit like that, right? They say, "Oh, the Fed's 90% conviction rate."
That's what I heard. That's the misconception.
No,
Right,
it's still
But
true. It
who's
just
saying
doesn't-
that? Those stories been going on in the hood forever. When they come get you, they got you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I've been hearing that my whole life.
They don't pull up because they're guessing. The conviction rate is super high, but most people don't fight. Most people
Yeah, most people don't go to trial.
Most
Right.
people don't have the resources.
You can't pay for a
to go
lawyer
to-
for a federal lawyer.
They can
for-
drag
Yes, you
it
can.
out. So if you have the resources, then that's a different story. But most people try not to fight.
Yeah.
So the conviction rate doesn't mean it's false. It just means how.
What you found, Matt?
It says a 2018 Pew Research Center study indicates that a staggering 90% of federal criminal cases end up with defendants pleading guilty to their alleged offenses.
Does it say trial though?
No,
Right.
it just says plead. It
Does
just
it
says
plead?
The same
Right.
data. Hold on. The same data shows. The same data shows that 8% of cases end up being dismissed by the U.S. Attorney's Office. The other 2% of defendants take their cases to trial. Pew's research shows that about 62% of defendants
That's what you said.
used to take their cases to trial back in 1998. This is
That
a
doesn't-
little
Outdated.
outdated.
But
Outdated.
part of that is right as far as like people pleading out. That plead rate is crazy.
Right.
But people who actually fight the charges,
So
they not gonna advertise that because
Right.
they don't want people to be
To
like, you
fight
know
the
what, let me
charges.
fight.
Let me
So you
fight
think
it,
the
right.
feds kind of started this rumor like, oh, we 90%?
No. Well, I mean,
you
no.
want to face that 90%?
See,
You know what I'm saying?
this is what people got to understand with the feds. It's the United States versus your name.
Right.
They have unlimited resources.
Unlimited.
It's not the state of New York. It's the United States. And that would scare some people to death. Right? So as a DA, you want to make yourself look invincible.
Mhm.
I dare you to try me.
Right.
Right? I dare you to try me. They probably don't even want to go to war.
Mhm.
Right? They probably don't want to do all these things, but
No.
they do it because
That's state charges. That's everything. They'll kind of bluff things like, yo, if you
that's their job.
if you
I
go
don't
the
think
other
they-
way, this
Bro,
could
they
be
don't-
very
I don't
bad
think
for
they
you.
have to bluff. I think if they show up with a mountain of evidence and you have, a molehill of money,
Right.
that should be enough to be like, you know what?
I think the mountain
Mm.
of evidence is a reflection of their unlimited resources.
How?
So,
we
they'll
talked
come to
about-
you with like, we got your Instagram. We
Oh
got,
yeah, for sure.
we got your Facebook. Nigga.
We
But you
talked
see what
about
happened
this-
with
we got
Eric
phone
Adams, right?
calls
Say it
recorded
again.
from.
You see
such
what
and
happened with
such and
Eric
such.
Adams? They can't unlock his phone.
Really?
They cannot unlock this man's
I'm
phone.
crying.
And he said that he forgot his password because he just bought the phone.
I'm
That's
crying.
This was in the paper last week. They cannot unlock his phone.
That's
And they
funny.
were saying something in the law, I got to fully look this up, that they can't give you a subpoena to unlock your phone, but there could be a subpoena if you have the face joint on your phone.
Mm.
So to all you criminals out there,
Oh
Yeah.
God.
If you got the facial recognition technology, cut it off now. Cut it off now. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
a fact though. It's
Turn
a fact.
it off.
It's
Try
a
to
fact.
remember an 8-digit code, you be all right, man.
Punch yourself in the eye.
You know what I'm saying?
Both of them. Hard as fuck.
Well, when I got locked up, I don't know. My code would just...
No, you need to
I can't
disfigure your
remember it.
face. As soon as it's just not reading.
Wow.
Better than like, yo, come here.
No problem.
Nigga like, what? What you want?
Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right in there. I'll be right there. I'll be right
Oh, man.
there. Your mother's a man.
Pow.
Oh man.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
But we don't want no problems with the feds.
No, not at
You know
all.
what I'm
I
saying?
mean, but everybody out there doing their job, do your job. I just take issue when it seems like they're paying more attention to people who they can convict publicly than the actual criminals that are running criminal organizations. You understand what I'm saying?
One is a sexier set of stripes than the other one.
But when I was young, I wanted to be a cop. I think everybody wanted to be a cop because they had the power. They had the cool
I don't
Beverly
know
Hills
about
Cop.
that one.
Hey, I watched
They
y'all
be
can cap
fighting,
if y'all want to.
Nah, I never
Beverly
did that.
Why we
Beverly
gotta
Hills
be
Cop
copping?
looked like
Nah.
fun. I wanted to be Axel
Matt
Brown.
No.
was
Listen.
in Cops and
I wanted
Robbers.
to be
No,
Axel
before,
I wanted to be a
before
prize
that,
fighter.
Hunter.
You know Hunter? Yeah, my aunt used to watch Hunter all the time. She didn't call
He
a couple
was the
bodies,
cop.
but she
He
used to
was the
watch
cop.
Hunter all the time.
I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to be a cop because I was attracted to the power that
Really?
came with it.
That's when you end up a corrupt cop.
I would have been a corrupt cop.
You would have been Denzel, son.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably.
King Kong.
You think he's my friend because he knows my name? What? But for everybody, you know what I mean?
I couldn't
So
see
for
you
the
as
people,
an officer.
for me,
Man would have been
Hoffa?
snuffing niggas. Man would have been
Officer
knocking niggas out.
Officer
Hoffa.
Hoffa.
I definitely
Why
would.
niggas was in
I definitely
handcuffs?
would have been a detective.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I would have been a
Detective
detective or like the head of an
You would have
agency.
been the asshole that pulled people over, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what
I
I'm
wouldn't
an
even
asshole
do that. I don't-
cop.
See, but for me,
I
The
couldn't
whole
see
best style.
myself.
Hoffa coming.
for me as a
Hoffa coming.
child, for me as a
The whole
child,
I'd be
best
there
style.
already.
Hoffa.
That's the difference. I'd be there already.
for me as a child,
What up?
that had like wanting to be a cop. But once I figured out the criminal justice system or what police actually do, I couldn't support that.
Yeah, when it came to the profiling, things that are just systematically racist, yeah, I got turned off from that in my early teenage years just from interactions with law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
It made me want to be a criminal. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck these guys. They keep stopping me. They keep pushing me around. They keep throwing me on the floor. They keep telling me I match this.
You never sued
fit
them?
the description. No, because you don't, in the hood, ain't nobody coming up to you
Bro,
like, yo, I saw what the cops did.
Bro, no,
Bro. You know what I mean? Nobody's doing it.
You don't
Especially not the teenagers.
You don't need that, bro. I sued NYPD in 2010 for something they did to me in 2008.
SPINOZO
How
about to
old
get
were
us
you in
wrapped up.
2008?
He about to get us wrapped up. They're like, oh, that nigga
For
got
stop-
away?
for stopping friends.
But
No.
They pulled me over in my car.
How old were you?
he was old enough to drive.
Yeah.
He's talking about as a
I'm
teenager.
talking about as a teenager.
Okay.
That shit went away. Like, I don't want to be a cop. These guys are jerks. These
Yeah.
guys
Them
are
niggas is the biggest
racist.
gangs in the world. Like police
Well-
is the biggest gangs in the
Well,
world.
at least the people that I interacted with. As I got older, I met some people in the judicial system that were cool and looking out for their people. And then I met the other people also. You know what I mean? So
I got a lot of police officer friends now, on all levels.
I dated one. It was cool as fuck. We ran all the lights going to the movies. You know what I'm saying? It was all right. You know what I mean? She was a little rough, rugged, and raw, but
gosh.
it was all right.
We ran all the
You know what I'm
lights. Yeah,
Shout out to you, wherever you at.
You know that.
What is happening?
I'm just saying.
What is happening?
Yo, guys.
What is happening?
Just saying. She know what it is.
Yo.
Shout out to all the good cops out there.
Shout out to all the
Yeah,
good
shout
cops.
Shout out to Edwin Raymond. I know y'all had him here
Yeah.
one time. Edwin Raymond, that's
Edwin
my
Raymond.
guy, man. He stand on business for sure.
Shout out to him. Shout out to even the people.
Cops hate him.
Even the people that are working for the
I
feds.
can't say
If you're
shout out to
in there
cops.
to make some sort of change,
Shoot
there are
right
people.
now.
I can't
I
say.
got a speeding ticket
Yo,
yesterday.
I can't say.
Hold on. Finish
No.
your
But
point.
I gotta say that there's some people who are there to make a difference from their childhood. Something that they experienced in their childhood
Right.
led them down that path, and they want to make a difference. What I don't like is the motherfuckers that's like, I just want to get a name off of somebody famous.
Right.
So I'm gonna dedicate all these resources to
Well, that's
proving somebody's a freak.
that's
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the government.
that's just crazy.
If your goal is political office at any level, you got to put numbers on the board. You can't do that busting low level, unpopular people. No matter how much crime they commit, the higher the profile case that you bring in and take down, the bigger your name is, the bigger your numbers are.
But understand, Mac, we've gone from within the span of 1 decade, we've gone from El Chapo to El Diddy. Like this shit don't make no sense.
Well,
Like, there's a reason why I was going after Chapo. You know what I mean?
No, it makes.
Well, what are we doing this over here
It
for?
makes sense. One of them is way more famous than the other one.
Mm.
Way more famous. You had to find out who El Chapo was. You've always known who Diddy is, especially if you were born between this time and this time.
I've been hearing
Right.
El Chapo name for years.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you travel in different circles. I'm talking about people. I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Hold
people
on.
who don't.
I travel in legit circles. Don't talk about that El
that's
Chapo
a
shit.
different circle. That still equals
Get
a
lined
different
up for this
circle.
job.
Okay, put it this way. Hold
What's
on.
happening?
Put it this way. You don't have to travel in no circle and know who Diddy is. It's every circle. All you got to do is go to a party or stand too close to a radio.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Don't.
Y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax. Bro, y'all gotta grow
Diddy
up.
Listen,
party.
man.
You heard?
Y'all gotta
I'm just saying.
Anymore.
Y'all gotta grow up.
Did you walk in with ashy elbows?
Stand too close to a radio was the very
Did
next thing I
anybody,
said. Y'all gotta grow up.
did anybody offer you something for ashy elbow?
I wasn't
Well, what the radio was playing? I mean,
ready to die.
okay.
Speaking of
Yeah.
the baby oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
Kim. Go to that, please.
Go ahead, Kim.
Go ahead, Kim.
Speaking of the baby oil, I mean, not, you know, today, Radar Online, they posted a story saying that
Yeah. Ha! Yeah, I'm so special. I'm so special. I'm so special, so special, so special. I'm like Ichigo, master in a red suit. This my Bankai form, I'm about to let loose. Better make your next move your best move. Straight out the gate, niggas gon' hate and try to test you. Watch who you with, who your mans, who you next to. If you take a hit with son assist like a nephew,
You can never check us, homie, this a chess move. Wrote this on a little short bus, I'm so special. If Mav say get him, I'ma get him. Ain't no talking when I pull up. Park up, hop out, run down with my hood up. Now what the fuck are you hating for? Can't DFG get money anymore?